and gents, last lesson, end of the week. Woo! Okay, apart from the little test that comes after that. Right, we're still in the same exercise. It's quite a big exercise. There's quite a lot of things to cover, so I split it into two lessons. Page 117, exercise 6. Let's have a look at this. Minus 2x times 4x minus 1, I obviously forgot to say, equal to 0. We're trying to find out which x's will satisfy this equation. Okay? Now we've done something similar to that, apart from the fact that we didn't really have a minus here. So I've added that minus. As we'll see, it's not a big deal. Okay? So what I told you last lesson is that if you have something times something, products, okay, and the whole equation is equal to 0, we got to ask ourselves to basically make sure that each product can be equal to 0, and that's the solution. So we got to ask ourselves, let's start with that, 4x minus 1 equal to 0, okay? When is 4x minus 1 equal to 0? No problem, move the plus 1, adding the 1 to the other side, 4x equals 4x equal 1, and that means x equal a quarter, okay? I did the last bit, I just divided by 4, okay? So we've done these things a million times. I'll find one solution, but there's one more. The other one is, what about if minus 2x equals 0? And in this case, I think you can ask yourself, what x, if you time it by minus 2, will be equal to 0? And you don't actually have to do anything, okay? You know that the answer is going to be 0, okay? 0 times minus 2 is 0. Okay? If you want, you can also divide by minus 2 to get rid of that minus 2, and 0 divided by minus 2 is 0. So we've got those two solutions, and to get full marks, I have to write down both of them. Two solutions, 0 or a quarter. Okay? So the minus here doesn't really change anything in this case. Here now we've got a slightly different situation. Look at this. 2 plus x minus 1 times x plus 1 equals 2. Now your first instinct, maybe after what I've been learning, is to say, okay, either that is equal to 0 or that is equal to 0. Okay, so either x equal 1 or x equal minus 1, but that's wrong. Okay, I mean, well, I'm not going to say it's wrong, but at this point it's not the right way, because in all these equations I always had equal 0, equal 0. Here I also should have equal 0. But now we have equal 2. So I can't really do it. I got to make sure it will become 0. How do I do that? I've got a 2 on this side, so I've got to get rid of that anyway. Okay? We don't have a multiplication of factors because we have also a plus. So we got to get rid of that 2. How do you do it? I do minus 2. So then I'm going to write x minus 1 times x plus 1 equal, what is 2 minus 2? 0. And now I've got what I wanted to, multiplication of 2 brackets equals 0. And now I can very easily say, yes, for this to be 0, either x minus 1 equals 0 or x plus 1 equal to 0. In other words, x equal 1 or x equal minus 1. Okay? So it turned out there were the solutions, but we couldn't do it straight away. We have to get rid of that 2 and that 2 there. Okay, cool. Moving on. You can see it. You can see it. X plus 5, I'm just going to put a little barrier. X plus 5 square equal to 0. Okay, let's just think about it. Let's rewrite that, okay? X plus 5 times x plus 5 equals 0. That's what it reads. If I do x plus 5 bracket square, it means x plus 5 times x plus 5. Okay? So I got to ask, what each one of these factors need to be equal to 0. How will I make x plus 5 equal to 0? The answer is very easy. It's x equal minus 5. Okay? And x plus 5 must be equal to 0. Oh, still x equal minus 5. So in this case, we actually have only one solution. Why do we only have one solution? Because the bracket repeats itself. It's identical. The square means it's the same one. So it's not different one like we had here. That way we got two solutions. Now it's the same one. So we only get one solution. Okay. Cool. Last one, guys. Okay. Well, not last one. One before the last one. Simple here. Okay. But the only difference is now that I've got fraction. So it's not a huge difference. Okay. Either x minus half must equal to 0, in which case we know that x equal half, so that's one solution. 1 solution, or 2x minus a third equals 0. And here I have to do a little bit of work. I'm going to do plus a third, okay, to get 2x equal a third. And now I'm going to divide by 2 to get rid of the 2. X equal, what is a third divided by 2? You can do it in the calculator if you want. That's not a problem. Okay? It's going to be a sixth. Okay? And these are the two solutions. I hope you can find them. You do. Okay? This is one solution and this is the other solution. All right with this? Cool. Guys, you ready for another magic? Last magic of the week. Ambala bambala shudidi zam kazdalina shala zam. Didn't work, it's okay. Shazami shazami abuba labu hekola bekola melaba. Ta-da! Okay, right, last two examples, okay? These ones are a little bit different, and I think they will be a little bit tricky. It's not a big deal. Really, it's not a big deal. So now we're working with powers, exponents with the equation, okay? So 3 to the power of x minus 1 times x plus 2 equal 1. How do we solve that? Okay? I don't have equal 0. It's equal 1. There's no 1 here that can get rid of. I gotta do something that you have done this year. I gotta drop the base, isn't it? Remember, drop the base? Okay? I can only drop the base if it's correct, identical base. Here I've got base 3. Remember, base is the bottom of the power. Here I've got base 1. So I need to have it as base 3. 1 is equal to 3 to the power of what? What should be 3 to the power of? What is everything to the power of always give you 1? The answer is 0. So it's 3 to the power of 0. Now I can drop the base. What's the equation? X minus 1 times x plus 2. That's the exponent here. And that must be equal to, correct, 0. And now we're back where we started last lesson. Okay? I've got an equation with factors. I'm multiplying products. And there's easily two solutions. You can do it without any algebra. X equal 1 or x equal minus 2. Okay? And you can substitute here and you'll see it all work. One more, a little bit more, not complicated, but just the same. Okay? So 2 to the power of 2x plus 1 equal times x minus 2 equal 2 to the power, just 2. Now, already the bases are the same. So I can kind of, looks like I can drop the base. If I drop the base, I'm going to write 2x plus 1, x minus 2. Well, that's equal to what? I mean, I've got nothing here. What do I have here, Buzwe? Correct. I've got that skinny 1. 2 to the power of 1 is 2. So that is equal to 1. Actually, I chose a really bad example. So let me just make up the equation a bit. Okay, sorry. Go back to the beginning. Sorry. 2 to the power of that is equal to 2. So I've added plus 1. Okay, you'll see why in a second. I just made that question. It was a bit of a problem. Okay? So I've got that. Now I'll just put it here so it looks like it's more like this. Yeah? And that's equal to 2. So I'm dropping the base. Okay, I'm dropping the base. Okay? But what do I have on the other side? As Buzwa said, the skinny 1. So that's equal 1. And now I've got 1 on both sides. I can minus it. Okay? So I'm going to get 2x plus 1, x minus 2 equals 0. And that, my friends, we can solve, isn't it? I'm going to do the solution here. I'll start with the second brackets. That's easy to know what the answer. The answer is x equals 2. If I put 2 minus 2, that will be 0. 2x plus 1 equals 0. A little bit more sophisticated, but nothing you can't handle. Okay, I'm going to do minus 1, 2x equal minus 1, divide by 2, x equal minus half. And these are the two solutions. You'll get 1 mark for each. Okay? Whew, that was hard work, guys. Good luck in the test. I'll see you next week. Have a lovely weekend.